Good morning, afternoon, evening, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar on Vietnam's ocean accounting journey. I'm Cheryl from the University of New South Wales, and I have the pleasure of facilitating this discussion together with the Institute of Strategy and Policy and Agriculture or Environment, or ISPAE, and of course, the Global Ocean Accounts Partnership. With 3,260 kilometers of coastline, Vietnam's ocean is central to social well-being and economic prosperity. For over 2 years, ISPAE has been working with us at GOAP, supported by the UK's Department of Environment, Food and Rural Affairs, to pilot ocean accounts in Quang Ninh Province, home to the world-renowned Halong Bay, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. So if you've been to Halong Bay, with its striking limestone islands and vibrant waters, you'll know how iconic and ecologically important this area is. So today we'll hear one of our colleagues at ISPAE about how this pioneering work is advancing solid waste management and ocean governance in Vietnam and strengthening the links to SEEA framework and of course shaping national and regional policy conversation. It is my pleasure to introduce our speaker today, Dr. Kim T. Tuy Ngoc. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly, Ngoc. But Dr. Ngoc is a senior expert at ISPAE under Vietnam's Ministry of Agriculture and Environment. She holds a bachelor's degree in biodiversity from Hanoi National University and a Master of Science from the Asian Institute of Technology in Bangkok and a PhD from Hanoi National University. So since joining ISPAE in 2008, she has led and contributed to many national and international projects on natural resource management, ecosystem services, and environmental policy. So her expertise spans, of course, on natural capital accounting and ecosystem valuation, but also on wetland conservation and sustainable development, not only in Vietnam, but also across the wider Mekong sub-region. So we are delighted to have Dr. Ngoc with us today to share different insights from Vietnam's pioneering ocean accounting journey. And while Ngoc is preparing to share her screen and presentation, I would like to remind everyone that if you have some queries or even comments, please feel free to use the Q&A chat box throughout the session. Ngoc?
Can you hear us? Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes, we can, Ngoc.
Okay. So thank you, GOAP, for inviting Vietnam to share our experience on ocean account in Vietnam and the regional collaboration for ocean accounting. And as you may know that the ocean is very important for Vietnam and it identifies one of the priority of the government. So ocean account could be a great tool for Vietnam to support ocean management and reduce the impact from economic activity to marine natural resources and environment. So my presentation will have three main content. The first one, I will have some background why we need ocean account, and the second one, I will share with you our journey for developing of ocean account in Vietnam, and the third one, we will introduce how we can promote regional leadership on ocean accounting. So as mentioned by Cherry, Vietnam is a coastal country and we have a coastal line more than 2,000 kilometers. And the coastal province is very important for economic development of Vietnam. We contribute more than 60% of the country GDP. And the marine ecosystem is also variety with different species and ecosystem, and it's the home for aquaculture development, marine transportation, and it's a short of mineral and tourism. We have a beautiful coastal area with attract many tourism to come, and it's very well known with different beach like Nha Trang and Da Nang and different area. And coastal province play important role for Vietnam economic development, and how to ensure to better management of coastal natural resources and environment is very important for the country. So our government have different legal framework to protect marine environment. We have Resolution 36 on strategy for sustainable development of Vietnam marine economy by 2030, vision to 2014. And we also have the law on sea and island, natural resources and environment. We have strategy for sustainable extraction and use of marine natural resource and protection of marine environment. And we have national action plan for the implementation of strategy for sustainable extraction and use of marine natural resources and protection of marine environment until 2020, vision to 2030. And we have different action plan, like national action plan for implementation of 2030 agenda for sustainable development. We have the national strategy for integrated coastal management. We have national action plan for management of marine plastic litter by 2030. So this legal framework identify the priority for coastal environment protection. So the main priority that we should protection of marines, coastal island environment and development of marine resources. And we have the potential that through the contribution from the marine economy to GDP increased by the coastal province and reduce the coastal pollution, increase marine and coastal conservation zone to at least 6%, and also restore of mangrove area to at least 2,000 byline. So coastal management and ocean management is identified the higher priority in our legal framework, and it already have some certain program to protect the coastal and environment, natural resources and management. So how Vietnam have applied ocean account for coastal management and natural resources management. I think all of you is quite familiar with the ocean account framework developed by GOAP. Through the ocean account framework, we will go to different account. We will have environment assessed. We have the approach environment to see what is the pollution from different sector to marine environment, and we will calculate how the coastal resources contribute to economy, and understand the legislation and governance framework for ocean management. And all of these components will provide comprehensive picture on the impact and impact of and dependent from different economic sector to marine environment, and see how the marine environment can contribute to economic development. So for Vietnam, we have go around the environmental assess. We have also go to the account flow to environment through solid waste account, and we also have calculate how the marine natural resource contribute to the economy, and we also review the governance account through the framework. So Vietnam had worked with different partner to develop ocean account for Vietnam. We work with XCAP since 2019 to pilot the external account for mangrove, and we also have some conditional account for water quality and tourism satellite account. And then GOAP is the key technical support for Viet Nam under phase 1 and phase 2 to apply ocean account. In the phase 1, we pilot the external account for mangrove in the period of 2015 to 2020. In GOAP phase 2, we apply solid waste account, governance account, and we also calculate the volume added of ocean economic industry to gross domestic product. And then with the support of GOAP, we have worked with the UNEP, United Nations Environment Program, to develop the GF project and try to support to mainstreaming ocean account into economic sector. Like so, under the GF support, we develop the external and conditional account. We will do valuation of ecosystem services, and we will work with the general statistic office to develop the blue economy indicator to see the contribution of marine resources to GDP at province and at coast and province, and we will give up ocean account for provision planning, and we try to apply ocean account as spatial planning tool for socio-economic development planning in Quang Ninh Province. So the happen from 2000 with the initial support from 2019, and now we go to Jeff from different states. Now we try to apply the comprehensive framework of ocean account to support Viet Nam at provincial and national level with the support from Global Environment Facility. This the extend account. We work with mangrove in Quang Ninh, and then we will see the change of mangrove in different periods from 2015 to 2020, and see what is the change of mangrove area, and how how to reduce the impact to the mangrove ecosystem. Use this external account to inform the province and policy maker for better management of mangrove in the province. And under the GOP phase 1, we also see the change of forest quality in the period 2015 and 2020, and see what is the change of forest quality in different area in Quang Ninh Province. With the GOAP phase 2, we work with solid waste account, and we follow the guidance from SEEA Central Framework 2020 on how to calculate the solid waste account, and we calculate the from the generation source to the whole cycle of the solid waste, like from generation to collection and transportation, and then shipment and recycling. So we calculate the waste generation from different sources, from domestic, from construction, from industry, from medical, and pesticide, and then see how the waste can be collected and shipment after that. So this the UN supply and yield table follow the guidance from SEEA framework. So the results of the solid waste account in 2015 and 2022. So you can see the change of solid waste in different districts of Quang Ninh in 2 different periods, and the source of waste generation from different district in Quang Ninh Province. And we will see we also see how the solid waste treated, like from recycle, from burn, from landfill and other, and see what is the difference in two time of periods. And we come out with a table on supply and yield table, like from the generation to um, transportation and treatment and recycling. And this figure is two table in 2015 and 2022. With governance account, we will see we review the stakeholder working in marine sector in Quảng Ninh, and we also analyze the legislation framework for ocean and marine management, and we will see also the budget allocation for marine, and what is the marine station have been applied in the province. With the support of GOAP, we also work with the General Statistics Office to calculate the contribution of marine natural resources to GDP. So we come out with the direct contribution and indirect contribution from coastal economic sector to GDP. So it's say that the total value added of certain economic industry is around 7.2% to GDP. And we share experience with other country, with Vietnam, with other South and South Asian country. We have a regional workshop in Hạ Long this year on March, and we bring 10 countries from South and South Asia to come to Vietnam, and we have work together to see what happened in the region and how we can work together to promote the regional cooperation. So we actually bring on partner working on ocean account to the workshop. Like we have the EXCAP, we have the UNEP, UNDP, World Bank, GOP, and the different partner working in this area, and the outcome of the regional workshop that we have we have come out with the consensus on ocean accounting with three key areas. The first one is to strengthening regional collaboration and standardization. And the second, we agree for further collaboration is mobilizing sustainable financing for blue economic initiative. And the third collaboration area is advancing data infrastructure and digital integration. So this three type of priority set up the framework to promote the collaboration among the region, and it's a framework to mobilize the funding from different development partner for expanding ocean accounting, not in Vietnam but also in the region. And this have support Vietnam to connect with other country and other partner to build in what we have done in the past, and support what we have done in the future. I try to bring the ocean account into statistics system in Vietnam, and try to use the ocean account for planning process, process at provincial level. So we do hope that with our pilots and with support from different partners, Vietnam can move forward and can work with other countries in this area. So what we do will do in the future. As I mentioned that we will integrate the ocean account into national account system. So the Ministry of Agriculture and Environment will work closely with Ministry of Finance under the GSO General Statistics Office to develop different statistic indicators. Some kind of reporting guideline for integrating the ocean account into national accounting system, and we will build on what we have done so far under support of different partners and with the support of GOAP to expand the partnership. Viet Nam will develop the national platform on national capital accounting for information exchange and blue economy growth policy and advocacy. And we will have some kind community of basic for ocean account. We can build in the ongoing community of basic already developed under the support of GOAP and other partners like the World Bank, UNEP, and capacity building also important area for working in the future. Even the ocean account have been introduced in Vietnam, but how to apply the ocean account for planning process at national and provincial level is still quite difficult for official at national and provincial level. So we will also continue to strengthen capacity for official at national and provincial level to apply the ocean account for better management of natural marine resources, and also outreach and knowledge management. And we will work closely with Quang Ninh Province to use ocean account into economic planning development in Quang Ninh. So those some brief introduction of what we have done so far in Vietnam, and please let me know if you have any questions. I'm willing to share with you, and we will share with you the short video of what we have applied ocean account in Vietnam, so you can have a clear picture of what we have done so far. Thank you very much.
Would you like me to play the video now, No?
Yeah, please.
The ocean, a vast expanse of blue, is the lifeblood of our planet. It provides us with everything from the air we breathe to the food we eat. But how can we ensure its sustainable future? The ocean is a treasure trove of resources offering economic opportunities and environmental benefits. But to fully understand its value, we need to quantify its contributions. Vietnam has a coastline over 3,260 kilometers long, surrounded by thousands of islands which host more than 20 types of ecosystems and are abundant with over 11,000 kinds of sea creatures. Of the 63 provinces and cities in Vietnam, almost half are connected to the coast, hosting half the country's population. The gross regional domestic product of these coastal areas accounts for more than 50% of Vietnam's GDP. The marine and coastal environments contribute to many sectors in the national economy by providing food and opportunity for jobs, minimizing the impacts of climate change and promoting trade through sea routes. With its extensive coastline and rich marine biodiversity, Vietnam has immense potential for sustainable ocean development. Recognizing the importance of the ocean for the economic development of the country, the Communist Party of Vietnam has adopted the National Strategy on Sustainable Development of Vietnam's Marine Economy to 2030, with vision to 2045. Party Resolution number 36 NQTW, dated 22nd October 2018. The resolution outlines several targets for marine economic sectors to achieve by 2030. In order of priority, these sectors are tourism and marine services, maritime economy, exploitation of oil and gas and other marine mineral resources, aquaculture and fishing, coastal industry, renewable energy, and new marine economic sectors. To make informed decisions about the ocean, we need data. Ocean accounting provides a comprehensive framework for measuring the ocean's value and tracking its performance. Ocean accounts are integrated records of regularly compiled and comparable social, economic, and environmental data concerning ocean environmental conditions, economic activities, social conditions, and governance contexts. They provide a coherent and standardized data framework that provides public and private decision makers with an evidence base that goes beyond GDP to underpin policy, management, and investment decisions. Globally, ocean accounts are being used to support the transition to a sustainable ocean economy. In Vietnam, the Ocean Accounts Framework has been used to produce solid waste and governance accounts for Quang Ninh Province, an economically important province because of its large sea area of over 6,000 square kilometres. Developing these accounts has supported the sustainable management of marine resources by informing decision makers about, firstly, the contribution of marine and coastal environment to GDP. Secondly, the movement of waste across its life cycle, including into the marine environment. And thirdly, the effectiveness of institutional and legislative frameworks implemented. Ocean accounts enable countries and stakeholders to understand the contribution of marine resources to the economy and GDP, to make decisions for ocean planning and management based on evidence, to reduce impacts from different sectors on marine and coastal ecosystems and environments. Ocean accounts align with existing international accounting standards and frameworks and retain a similar structure to national accounts which produce measures of GDP. In this way, ocean accounts can support governments to go beyond GDP to measure and manage progress towards sustainable ocean development. Ocean accounts enable decision makers to identify changes to the environment and economy over time. This can support decision makers to identify the risks and prioritize decisions for the sustainable development of the blue economy. Vietnam used the Ocean Accounts Framework to inform the development of a solid waste account for Quang Ninh Province. This solid waste account organizes information on the movement of solid waste from the environment to the economy, from production to use, recycling, and controlled landfill in the environment. The key findings of the solid waste account showed that the total volume of solid waste generated in Quang Ninh has a significant difference between 2015 and 2022. The solid waste management in Quang Ninh has significantly improved. The governance account established in Quang Ninh provided a clear picture of the institutional and legislative frameworks currently applied to coastal and marine management and current statistics of environmental protection in the province, including environmental zoning, marine spatial zoning, and all related activities. The ocean plays unquestionable roles in human life, welfare, and well-being. Recognizing this, the sustainable development of the ocean economy is being prioritized by governments around the world, including in Vietnam. Ocean accounts are a useful tool that enable countries to go beyond GDP to account for nature and people in decision-making. Using ocean accounts, Vietnam looks forward to a holistic approach to sustainably managing their blue economy.
Thank you, Dr. Gok, for that insightful presentation, of course, of that video. Thank you very much. Perhaps we can discuss and explore more of these themes in more in depth. Um, the Quang Ninh solid waste account was among first of its kind in Vietnam and I think in the region as well. What were the key steps or processes that enabled SPAE to move from the more technical data collection, scientific collection process to start thinking about policy integration at the provincial or national levels? You've mentioned the World Bank and different organizations that are working in this space. So can you please tell us about that, key steps that enabled ISPAE?
Thanks, Sharon. Actually, the solid waste account, that's the pilot one in Quang Ninh, and it's the initial efforts of Vietnam to apply the SEEA framework for calculating the solid waste from different sources and see what is the management of solid waste. And I think not only in Vietnam but also other countries, the solid waste management is very important to reduce the pollution from different sources to the marine environment, and it's the priority not at national level but also provincial level. And I think the pilots in Quảng Ninh can expand to other provincial at the coastal province in Vietnam, since they can use that one to manage what is the pollution shock from different sectors to marine environment, and for widely application at national level. We will work closely with GSO to develop the framework indicator, some kind of indicator to calculate the pollution sources to the marine environment. But I think the next step of Vietnam that we will introduce what we have done in Quảng Ninh for other coastal provinces, and you experience from different provinces in coastal area to build up the indicator at national level.
Yeah. Okay. So that really highlights how the technical evidence that you've presented have translated into potential policy impact. And it's encouraging to see how the early pilots, the pilot itself, when connected to the right institutions like the Stats Office in Vietnam and the business sector and the local government, provincial government, that can influence decisions at multiple levels. So collaboration is key in the translation of pilots to policies. When you talk about solid waste accounts, for sure there are links between the accounts and ocean health or ocean resilience. So your work follows, as you mentioned, the SEEA framework, but also addresses eminent problems on marine litters, the challenges, especially that Halong Bay is one of the top destinations in Vietnam. How has the solid waste account informed strategies in Quang Ninh Province to reduce the land-based waste leakage that goes to the ocean?
I think, as I mentioned, the solid waste management is the issue of not only in Quảng Ninh but also at the province of Vietnam.
Yeah.
So from the solid waste account, you can understand which sector what is the generation from different sector, which one is the main contribution of solid waste to the marine environment, and then you can see what kind of treatment have been applied for solid waste management, and where is the hotspot area for solid waste management. So you can focus on this one to reduce the waste generation, and you will see how you can improve waste treatment technology to reduce the pollution. So our result already shared with the local authority in Quảng Ninh, and contribute to their solid waste management. Like they will focus on which district should be more focused and which technology should be encouraged, and which sector should be concentrated to reduce the pollution to the environment. So this type of account provide a comprehensive picture of sub-generation transportation and also geographic area for solid waste generation and also the treatment methodology. So this very helpful for the province to see where they can have improvement. And actually at the province level they have to prepare some kind of province and state of environment report every year. So this figure contribute for reporting of the province as well by provide the comprehensive picture of what is the generation, collection, transportation, and treatment of solid waste. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, that's very insightful, Ngok, because it draws the connection of between the land-based waste management and the ocean health. And understanding that link through ocean accounts is very important. And your explanation shows that ocean accounts can directly inform practical solutions, as you said, what types of technologies and which sectors are what types of waste and what sectors are affected or impacted, for example. And all of these solutions are pragmatic or practical to reduce pollution and protect the ecosystem like Halong Bay at the same time. You also mentioned about the Halong Consensus, and we shared the link to the Halong Consensus that was brought about or developed after the March 2025 regional workshop in Halong Bay. So what do you think are the biggest opportunities or also challenges for applying the solid waste accounts that been piloted in Quang Ninh to other provinces in Vietnam or perhaps broadly in South and Southeast Asia?
Actually, yes, I share with you that the regional workshop in Quang Ninh have bring different country from Southeast Asia to come to Vietnam, and we share our experience on applying of ocean account and the opportunity and challenges of regional cooperation for promoting ocean account. And you can see that some issues have been discussed during the workshop, like standardization of the ocean account framework, data for ocean accounting development, and financing for blue economy initiative. So all of the issues have been discussed and have been worked out through the country, and then we have identified 3 key areas for collaboration. The first one focused on standardization, the second one focused on financing, and the third one focused on data infrastructure. And currently, many countries have tried to apply the ocean account framework for ocean management and natural resource management in our country, and we have different partners working on this area as well. We have ESCAP, we have UNDP, World Bank, UNDP, and GOAP as some kind of focal point to bring own initiative and own partner together. And with the consensus among the country through the regional workshop, we have identified the key area for collaboration in the region. And with support from different partners, and I think some kind of focal point like GOP should play a key role to bring countries together to implement the consensus. We have agreement among the country, and now we need to move forward to implement this agreement, this consensus. And with the support of different partners and the focal point from GOP, we can connect all the country together, and we can connect all partners together. So I see the huge potential of regional collaboration and also country commitment for applying of ocean account. for planning processes, and but the difficulty that how to maintain the network, how to ensure the financing support from different partners. Currently, we have many difficulty with in the world with different new policy from US, also from other country, and ensure that the financing support for the country is very difficult, and the country also need to see allocate a budget from their um, own side to work with other international community to make it happen. So huge opportunity, but difficulty as well. Thank you very much.
Yes. I think you are right on point when you said we have shared challenges and shared solutions. We've identified key solutions, but then we also need partnerships and funding to sustain this, right? So
Mm-hmm.
SPAE's achievement have attracted high-level government commitment, as and you mentioned also Jeff's support. What advice would you give to other countries, especially in the region, or perhaps agencies or stakeholders seeking to secure political buy-in and sustainable financing for Ocean Accounts Initiative, but perhaps in the blue economy, much broader initiative?
Yeah, sorry, you mentioned the right thing that the political commitment is very
Yeah.
important as well. If you have the support from the government, yeah, it can decide 50% of your implementation, your continued implementation. For Vietnam, we have quite comprehensive legal framework to support sustainable ocean management, and at the international level, we have different committee for ocean sustainability, and this kind of platform could some bring political commitment from different countries at international regional level together, and through the commitment at the international and regional committee, it will transform to the national implementations. I think it's quite important to how can I to transform from international commitment to national policy and pilots. So I think for Vietnam, caution resource is very important for the country, and but we need to mobilize the policy support, political support from high level to make it happen, to expand the pilot to other area, and also to move from pilot area to national level. Thank
Yeah.
you.
So our partnerships and financing are often make or break elements for long-term initiatives. And it's valuable to hear your concrete advice that seeking political support on this and how others can build on both the technical and the political foundations, like the legal or framework for sustainable ocean accounting. Thank you, Ngok. I think that's all from my side. And throughout the sessions, some of you have been sharing your questions and comments in the Q&A box. Thank you for your engagement. So let me, in the interest of time, perhaps I can just read one. This is from Yoga from Indonesia, also from University of New South Wales. Yoga said, Dr. Ngok, thank you for your insightful presentation. Is there any policy or regulatory follow-up on the ocean account pilot study outcomes in Vietnam? I'd also like to hear your thoughts on the lessons learned when building governance accounts in Vietnam. So let me read that again. So Dr. Ngok, thank you for your insightful presentation. Is there any policy or regulatory follow-up on the ocean account pilot study outcomes in Vietnam? I'd also like to hear your thoughts on the lessons learned when building governance accounts in Vietnam. Ngok.
Thanks for the question. Actually, as I mentioned, for Vietnam, we have the general framework. We do not have the specific policy focused on ocean account, but blue economy is one of the priority of the country, and the ocean account can support the country to implement the policy on blue economy. And for the governance account, is some kind of understand what is the management structure in coastal province, and it's quite suitable to apply to different coastal province in Vietnam to understand what is the current institution framework for ocean account in Vietnam. And Vietnam have a new restructure. Currently, we have reduced the number of province from 63 to 34, and we have restructured the institution structure as well from 3 level to 2 level only. We now have the provincial and community level, and we do not have the district level anymore. So the government account should be revised, should be to adapt with the new structure of Vietnam, and it's very useful tool for local policy maker to understand how they can apply for better management of ocean resources in the province. So I hope I can answer your question. Thank you.
Thank you, Ngok, for sharing your expertise and for all of you joining us today. Vietnam's experience with the Quang Ninh pilot shows how ocean accounts from pilots to real policy impact. Although, as Ngok said, it's very difficult, but we're getting there. So shaping decisions that safeguard both the environment and, of course, the economy. So in behalf of SEEA, GOAP, and our partners, we hope today's session has sparked ideas and understanding on how ocean accounts or better integrated data can support sustainable development in your own context. So thank you once again, and we look forward to continuing this important journey together, and see you in our next GoUp webinar series. Bye for now.